we are off to a bad start.
How did it get here?
That wind must have been nuts.
Hello, Louis.
It's a bit sad.
That looks way nicer.
I'm in a well good mood, and it's time to get this place looking a little bit more festive. Good morning, welcome to episode 11 of Week in the Life of me as Dennis, the owner of Menace Media. This week is a weird week and we are off to a bad start. Yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. I have overslept massively for a Monday. Every Monday my target is always to get in super early, between 6 and 6:30, because I like to be prepped and make sure that everything is 100% sorted before the team arrive, so we can go through that together and make sure that we're all set up for a successful week. But last night I was up very late. My mind was just on overdrive, stressing about little things that just shouldn't have kept me up. But yeah, I was up until early hours in the morning. I was sort of, tossing and turning in the bed, just kind of laying there, eyes shut, but mind moving a million miles an hour, and it just wasn't good. And I still intended to wake up, and my alarm was still set. I don't know what happened. I didn't wake up. Really annoying. And I'm that type of person, like probably many of us, that set 50 bloody alarms every other minute, and somehow I just didn't, my subconsciousness just turned them all off. And then when I did wake up, it's because my partner woke up and she woke me up thinking, why are you here? So yeah, it's about 20 past 8. I'm stuck in traffic just trying to get to work, and this is another reason why I like to get in so early, because I live quite far from the office. So if I get up early, I dodge all of this. But yeah, bad start. I did schedule, as I always do, I schedule most of my things on the weekend, on Sunday night. But this weekend, when I was scheduling, that kind of just sent me into a spiral of just mad amounts of thinking and brainstorming. And yeah, not a good thing at all. But nevertheless, we are here. The team have everything they need to get on and crack on with stuff. So me being there and kicking things off isn't the be all end all. It's not like people arrive at work and they're just like, well, what am I going to do? Because we all have projects that are live and ongoing, and we all have our project management software which tells them what to do for today. I just like to have that kickoff where I can discuss everything and provide additional information outside of just a task that says you're doing this. I like to, provide the additional bits and bobs that are necessary that aren't 100% clear. But anyway, in other news, yeah, this week a bit of a stinky one. We had 3 shoots, 3 days worth of filming booked. And last week those all got postponed, which has meant that this week we now have no filming days, which is annoying because we were on a really good streak for a long time of just constant filming, which I was really happy with, and that's a great thing for us as a video production company. Obviously, it is what it is. I've been saying for weeks now we're stacked, drowning in post-production. So in some ways, maybe it's a blessing, but ultimately, whenever you have a period of no filming, that means you'll eventually get to a period of less post-production work available as well. We always have stuff to fill our boots with, because we constantly create our own content, be that show reels, case studies, these vlogs, social media content. We've always got something to do, so I'm not concerned, but ultimately none of that is directly providing revenue for the business. So it's, as much as I love doing the internal stuff, it's also a sign of we need more work. But all of the internal stuff is intended to generate sales. So it's one of them, it's one of them. Otherwise, some exciting things happening this week. Obviously, you saw last week we received our new fridge and dishwasher. The fridge I set up last Friday, but haven't plugged it in or done anything with it. So that'll be done this week, as well as our dishwasher is getting installed. I know this sounds crazy that I'm talking about a fridge and a dishwasher like it's a cool thing, but genuinely that's a huge quality of life upgrade for us at the office, and something that me and the team are all very excited about. And other than that, yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff happening this week. Obviously, we're towards the end of our Movember period now. This thing will be going this weekend. I'm actually really proud of what I've achieved. I've never tried to grow facial hair, and the fact that I did and have, I'm very proud of, but I do think I look a bit funny now, and my partner definitely doesn't appreciate it. Once the Movember's over, I think it's time to get rid of it and go back to baby face me. In terms of running, I am at 54 kilometers. So I've got 6 kilometers left, which should be a nice easy breeze, one more run. And I know that this week, I think myself, Ben, we're gonna go to the gym, as it's getting very cold out now, and we're gonna get our last bit over the line. Lastly, before I wrap up this little intro segment, I want to give a shout out to Reese. You know who you are. This weekend while I was at the gym, a nice chap called Reese came up to me recognise me from the vlogs, which is such a weird feeling, by the way. I've not had that. Being recognised from something online. Very weird feeling, but yeah, shout out Reese, very nice chap. Thank you for coming over to say hi. I'm about 15 minutes from the office, trying to get my head down, gather my thoughts, gather my notes, so that when I get in, I can quickly jot those down and get myself back up to speed. And hopefully me missing my Monday morning ritual hasn't put too much of an impact on the rest of my day. Let's get to it. Real quick, just whipping out the phone cam. I've just arrived at the office. I know it was windy over the weekend. Our bin lid was in the middle of the yard, and our bin was nowhere to be found. And there it is in the overflow car park. For reference, our building is like, there's the gate and it's next to the gate. How did it get here? And where's the rubbish that was inside it? Well, it's not in it, that's for sure. Look, empty. What on earth? That's annoying. I don't like littering and I don't know where my rubbish has gone. Managed to find the rubbish and I've put it back down here. But I knew the storm was coming, so I put this up against the bins and put bricks on top of this. But when I got in this morning, this red bin was there. That wind must have been nuts. Now that the bin issues are complete, let's get inside and get ourselves in work mode. I mean, I'll tell you one thing, like, I know I said in last week's vlog that I like traveling into work before the sun comes up because, I don't know, there's something cool about it. It is equally as rewarding traveling when it's like sunrise. It's pretty damn beautiful, gotta say it. Office is nice and clean, ready for the week ahead. Let's get some work done. There's Louis. Hello, Louis. Come here. Sit. Louis, sit. Good boy. Freeze. Now you gotta do the freeze. Freeze. Go on, you do it, Max.
Sit. Freeze.
Oh, wait, I gotta get it from the front angle. Do it again, Louis, do it again.
Freeze.
That's so good. Sit. Freeze. Louis. Freeze. Ah. Sit. Louis. God damn it. As soon as the camera's on you, just ignore me. Ah. Back under the desk we go.
All cross arms.
Oh, all cross arms.
Got variation up. Cheers, guys.
So she must have been doing Walking Dead season 1 and 2. Oh, she has to roll it, isn't it? And there we are at the end of Monday, just locking up the studio and packing down. Yeah, super busy day. Managed to catch up on everything that I missed out on this morning. And I have a very cool announcement I've been working on now since, I want to say April this year. We can finally say that very soon, we will be able to finally offer our clients the ability to have flexible monthly payments for their projects, meaning you can spread the cost over up to 12 months through a third-party finance supplier. It's something I've been working on for ages. It's something I've been wanting to offer just to make it easier for those that have limited marketing budgets to be able to spread the cost and make it a bit more palatable from a cash flow perspective. And I think it's just a really nice thing for us to be able to offer. The system is so simple. Our clients can literally go on there, fill out their details, see if they qualify, and then they can pick their term up to 12 months on how they can pay for their projects. Great for us, great for them, and it means we can get more projects through the door. Other than that, yeah, just a typical crazy Monday catching up with things. The 2 shoots that were cancelled or postponed rather this week, one of them I have a meeting about tomorrow to try and understand when that's gonna happen. I know that the game plan is to do that before Christmas. The other one, I'm still yet to find out what the plan is for that, but I do believe it's just gonna be either before Christmas or just after. Like I say, it's a nice week for us to catch up with our post-production, and that is certainly what we are doing. Anyway, that's it for Monday. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, welcome to Tuesday. I'm in early this morning, just trying to get ahead on a project that Max is currently editing. You might remember last week we were down in London filming a project for a brand new client. That project is quite the heavy one in terms of post-production, and as we've got so much on, my aim this morning is to help Max get ahead. What I'm doing to help achieve that is I am cutting what we call the selects of the project, which means just going through all of the raw footage that was shot on the day, and selecting all of the usable bits. By the time Max arrives at the office this morning, hopefully I'll have at least 90% of it selected, meaning you can just get straight into the structure of the edit and progress on with that nicely, because today we need to send off the first rough cut for the first video. There's 2 videos we shot, and this is the first video. He's already made quite a bit of a shape out of it using the interviews and some of the B-roll. Otherwise, today is all about a bunch of prep that I'm doing for our new senior videographer that joins the team next Monday. Something I'm incredibly excited about, and there's always something really exciting about onboarding a new team member. I like to go through a bit more of like a deeper look into what we are trying to achieve. What is our mission? What is Menace? You know, our core values, some of our key clients, the things we're trying to achieve over the next few years, but also just putting down the foundations for our expectations for this person. The first time with anyone we've onboarded, I'm trying to really define, like plan a bit of an agenda for the first morning, just to kind of like really dive deep into those things. I don't think we've discussed this on a vlog yet, but the reason why we're bringing on a new senior videographer is because our current one, James, is sadly leaving the team. His final day is this Friday. We've created a nice little farewell Jimbo video, which we'll overlay some footage of now. But yeah, James has been with us now for almost 2 years, and yeah, he's been instrumental in our success over the last couple of years, really helping us define our level of service and the quality that we output for our projects. It's just been a real like good asset to the team, and just a bundle of laughs, and genuinely he'll be missed by all of us in the team. It's not a bitter reason for leaving. There's nothing personal. It is just circumstantial with his personal circumstances. He will be relocating. Traveling and commuting to Menace Media just isn't going to be feasible or fun. So it made sense that he needed to look elsewhere for a job at another firm. So there we are. But our new senior videographer is coming in with a bundle of really, really good experience. This person has a personality trait that I feel is really complementary to the team that we have here, and I feel really confident about having them in the team, and I'm so excited to see what he does once he gets his teeth into some projects. Anyway, without any more dilly-dallying and talking, I need to get into these selects, and then we'll catch up later today. Just stopped for a bit of lunch and played a bit of Call of Duty with the team, and now I'm firmly in a afternoon slump. I feel very tired, so coffee time. But before that, check it out. Managed to unbox the dishwasher. It's not set up yet, but that, in my opinion, looks really nice. Fits in well. I just wish that this was a bit more modern. Maybe one day we'll change those out. But yeah, here's the old fridge, feeling sorry for itself. Just defrosting at the minute, hence the towel. Let's get some coffee in our veins. It's been a while since I've made one of these coffees. I imagine the machine is like not dialed. I wonder how this mic is when there's commotion happening. Also, check this out. No longer have to bend down for the milk. Quality. Nice. I feel like a right boomer when I use this thing. Stop face tracking. Nope. So the one thing that sucks about making proper coffee is that it just takes a long time. But when you get it right, it is worth it. Will I get it right today? I do not know. I mean, to me, that looks scrumptious. Absolutely lovely. Right, getting into the afternoon. I've got about 10 minutes now to prep for a call. At this time, not with a prospect or client, but indeed a potential new supplier. Been doing a few of these lately for multiple different reasons. This is the second potential supplier I've spoken with for this particular solution. It's something we're looking to do at the start of next year. And what that is we want to migrate one of our systems. At first, I was going to do that because I've always just done all of the IT related stuff in this company. But when I was doing research on this online, particularly looking through forums, a lot of people were just saying get a specialist because it is a tricky and easy to mess up job. And if you mess it up, the headache will be horrendous. We were trying to migrate our email system, and by doing that, if you do it wrong, you'll lose all of your history, and I don't want to do that. Having history of conversations and where you left off on whatever chain at any given point is super important, at least to me. So I don't want to lose any of that, and I think it's time for us to get a specialist in to help us with that. So that's what this call is about, and I'm actually pretty excited for it. I had the first meeting with the first potential supplier yesterday, and I don't know, it's just a fun meeting in some regard. Like I love this techie stuff, and I like discussing the stuff that people probably find really boring, like policies. For some reason it entertains my brain, and I enjoy that stuff. And then tomorrow, I'm actually really excited because we've got two cool things happening. Number one, which you're probably tired of hearing about by now, but we're getting our dishwasher installed. And then number two, our clothing samples with our new potential supplier are coming, and I'm very excited to see these. The first batch of samples is going to be t-shirts, polos, as well as a half zip just like this one, but with pockets and a different material. Lastly, our soft shell jackets, which are just going to be the exact same ones we had before because we love those. They were really nice. But for now, coffee needs to be consumed, so I've got some energy, and then we're going to go ahead and have this call with this potential IT supplier. Welcome to Wednesday. I'm in a good mood. Started the day off with a nice workout at the gym, which is always a good way to start the day. You always feel like you've accomplished something and got over possibly the hardest part of your day before it's even started, which is always really nice. But anyway, while I was at the gym, a friend of mine asked me about, because we were on the topic of work and how life's going, and I was saying that this week was a bit of a weird one because we had a series of shoot cancellations. And he asked me, well, what do you do when that happens and you sort of lose work that was scheduled? And I thought, that's actually a great topic for this vlog. So this week we're quite fortunate. As you guys know, we've got a mountain of post-production stuff to go through, but it's not always like that. In the drier periods or periods where you've got just enough work in post-production, or not enough shoots, or vice versa, because business is a roller coaster. You've got peaks and troughs and dry seasons, busy seasons, etc. For those drier seasons, we've always had a pretty good strategy for maintaining a level of busyness within the company, even if it's not directly revenue generating work. The aim is always to be busy. I don't want to have a day where I come in and I have nothing for anyone to do and they're just going to be sat there twiddling their thumbs. That's no good for anyone. Ultimately, when you have no client work to do, there's always something you could be doing to help generate more work or strengthen your position within the market. So what we do with our spare time has always been internal content, and that might be stuff like this vlog. It can be content for socials, be it like we did a quickfire series, it's not published yet, but we have like a frequently asked questions series that we've shot. We work on our show reels, getting those updated. We work on our website. But one of the big things which specifically relates to us in our industry, but to be honest could work in other industries too, is what we call spec work. Now, spec work is essentially where you go out of your way, out of your own pocket to create something for the purposes of elevating your portfolio. And those are projects where we try to step up a level. We have taken risks, we've experimented, and we've tried to produce something that is in line with where we want to be as opposed to where we are right now. So for us, long-term goal, we would love to be working on high-end advertising-based projects. So when we have spare time, we like to put a lot of time and effort into working on those projects. The most recent one is one we did earlier this year for Man Up, which is a men's mental health charity. And we created a campaign which was all about the stigma of manning up and society's sort of position on men not being able to portray how they feel and feeling the need to man up and not express what they're going through. And the project we all felt was awesome, and to be honest, I loved it. It's something that I'm incredibly proud of for the whole team. We all pulled together, took risks, and had a good time creating something that was really powerful and really well received. The risk-taking factor of it is fantastic because it's harder to take risks on client-based work. And what I mean by that is you don't always want to play it completely safe, but you will never take a certain risk with perhaps a special type of shot, in our instance, or a special type of equipment that you've not used before, because you don't want to mess that up. You know, it would be really embarrassing and really like bad for the client if you tried to take a risk on a project that didn't pay off. Like I say, we do take risks on projects. You have to. You want to progress. You want to create stuff that's genuinely different and cool, but it's always got to be calculated. Whereas with passion projects and stuff that's your own, you can have a bit more freedom in that, not just on production side, but on post-production too, which ultimately grows your team because you can learn from it. It might be something that none of us have done before, or perhaps just one person hasn't done before, but you want to give them the leg room to try and learn that thing. You know, a good example for us is color grading. For color grading, those of you in the industry will know sort of like the peak of color grading is DaVinci Resolve. That is a extremely techie piece of software and very hard to learn. Now, on a client-based project, we might not have the time or luxury to be able to go ahead and go for a full grade, whereas on a passion project, there isn't a specific deadline, or most of the time there's not, meaning you can take that time to learn and experiment and take risks. And I think that's a really good thing. And I think that's a really good way of spending your time. Those times where you've got a drought or spare space in the calendar, you know, it's easy to sit there and go, you know what, take a chill day, let's play Call of Duty, you know? But you might have just come out of a busy period and you might feel like it is time for a break. And you know what, with that, if it is time for a break, as I said in a previous video when I was suffering from a little bit of burnout, listen to your body and do take that break, but try if you can to spend some time while you've got it doing those back-end tasks, creating social media content, building your website, building your portfolio, catching up on admin, anything that's going to progress the business that you can't do when you're super busy. That's how we handle it. And so far, throughout all of our years, we've never had a period where there's been anyone in the team with nothing to do. Anyway, let's get into today. I know that very soon, dishwasher time, and we should be receiving our samples for our potential new uniform today, which I'm very excited about. Myself and Ben have headed out of the office. We're heading to our potential clothing supplier's place because the samples have now arrived and we can look through all the thread colours and begin to pick out what we're going to go with for the new uniforms. Here we are, the Sign and Workwear Company. Our logo's changed since this time, so it's got a little bit thicker and different, but you can kind of see here the difference. Basically the letters are slightly different in the way that they were created and stuff like that. Yeah. A bit thicker on the skinnier bits. Okay, it's that kind of material. Interesting. Yeah. This makes that look orange.
It does, yeah, that does make it look orange.
I prefer this one, the one you first gave us. Okay. That looks way nicer.
Yeah.
It genuinely looks orange now.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Just put me in the middle. Are you rolling? Yeah. Oh. So we just finished at the Sign and Workwear Company. Unfortunately, we couldn't show you too much because they've got lots of live projects on the go, but all things are looking good. We've tried the samples, super happy, put in what we like, taken out what we don't like, and now it's just a case of seeing the final print and embroidery samples before we go ahead and get all of our clothing done. Let's get back to the office. And we're back at the office. And it is the end of the day, but as you've just seen, super exciting, the dishwasher is in, and I've loaded it, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. Can't lie, haven't used one before. So, I've been setting it up, reading the manual, something to do with hard water in Northampton. I've dialed it, sorted it, loaded all the bits and bobs, and it's our first time finally having the dishes washed. Not by hand, which is going to be epic, because I can't lie, it's been the bane of my existence for a long time. It's such a small thing. I know this is like not business related, this is probably not interesting to any of you, but I'm happy about this. It's a nice little upgrade. It's a quality of life thing here at the office. Plus obviously the big fridge, can't forget that. But yeah, it's going to be great. I'm just going to turn that on, leave it on for the night, come in tomorrow, fresh dishes, imagine that. Otherwise, yeah, great day, uniform, I'm so happy about that. Like, I know we couldn't show you guys much, but genuinely, very happy. The quality of the clothing is wicked. For me personally, my aim is to wear the Menace clothing all the time. That's not our policy here. It's not a uniform. It is on shoots because we're on shoot and we're client facing, but in the office it's not a uniform. But for me, I want to live and breathe Menace and wear the t-shirt, wear the hoodie, wear the jacket. You know, I love that stuff and I love repping the brand, you know, of course I do. So to get new clothing is really exciting for me, and it's something that I want to invest in to make really cool branding that myself and the team are comfortable wearing and feel proud to wear. But on the other side of it, when I got back to the office, 2 new projects have just arrived. Wait, no, tell a lie, 3 projects. One's before Christmas, 2 are for after Christmas, which is really nice. It's nice to be able to sit there and start thinking about January and beyond, because I think for most companies, no matter what industry you're in, January can typically be a quieter period and a little bit nerve-wracking because you think, oh no, what if it's going to be quiet? Thankfully for us, January year on year has always been really nice. I guess it kind of aligns with when different companies get their new budgets for the year and they want to start different marketing campaigns and kick things off. But we usually don't know that until January hits. So it's nice to already have some projects coming through. I've also finally finished my onboarding document / agenda for the day for our new senior videographer, which I'm really excited for. It's the first time I've put this much effort into an onboarding. I think over the years, I've got better at onboarding, but at first, when I first started onboarding, I didn't really see too much value in it, and I didn't understand how important it is to truly bring someone on and bring them up to speed with the whole history of everything that's happened so far, but also where you're wanting to go. For any of you that are looking to recruit in the future, I think that initial conversation, setting that tone and telling them your plans and where you want to go is where that person will either check in or check out. I don't mean that in a negative way. If that person doesn't like the sound of where you're thinking of going and they check out, as much as it's a ball ache, it's doing you a bloody good favor, because you wouldn't want them to be checked out halfway through their employment. You know what I mean? It's not great. Obviously, we do make a good effort to present to them our future goals and where we want to go during the recruitment process, because you don't want to get to the point where they're joining and then they check out, but you can't tell them everything. Yeah, I don't know, this one in particular, I'm excited for. I'm always excited for new starters, but I don't know, something about this one, I feel like I'm the most prepared I've ever been. I feel like we're the most ready we've ever been for this person. And I don't know, there's just something about it. It's awesome. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you got some value from that if you are ever looking to bring on a team member in the future. But obviously more than just the vision and the mission and all these other things that we'll talk about, this is our systems, this is our equipment, this is the team. I think that's really useful. That's it for Wednesday. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'll see you there. It's Friday and I have started off the day in a really, really good way. Today is the 29th of November. For those of you who don't know, I've been running for Movember as well as growing this monstrosity, and I've been at 55 kilometers up until today. So my aim was to do a 5K today to hit my 60 kilometer target. I didn't just want to do a 5K, I wanted to get my new PB, and more specifically, I wanted it to be below 30 minutes, which I've not achieved before. And I just felt that was like a really cool target to hit, because I had 3 kind of not official targets set throughout this challenge. One was to climb a mountain, which we did, we climbed Snowdon. One was to do a 10K, which I did, albeit with a little bit of walking in there, but I'm still gonna count it. And number 3, I always thought it'd be really awesome if I could run a 5K in sub 30 minutes. And we did it. Hell yeah. I'll put the stats on screen now. I think it was just over 29 minutes. Super chuffed, super chuffed. Couldn't be happier, and obviously to hit the 60K as well. Overall, this is the most physical challenge I've ever done in my life. The biggest motivation, we were saying this in the office yesterday, is that we're all doing it together. If you just individually set yourself a random goal, unless you're well committed, you've got to motivate yourself. But when you're doing it as a team and there's a goal collectively, and it is a collective goal, so I've got 60 kilometers, other people have got 60, etc. And you can see on our team page the total kilometers. So because you can see that other people are pulling their weight, it is a proper motivator. It's very cool. But anyway, getting into today, it's a relatively admin heavy day, but it's all about preparing for what's coming. You know, earlier this week we said about how we're setting up a flexible payment option for our clients. I've just got some paperwork and some admin bits to set up there. I am putting together 3 quotes between January and March, which is nice. And then I'm just prepping. Now that we have, I think, all of the projects that we'll get for this year, there might be a few that creep in here and there, but nothing. I don't expect at this point, with only 3 weeks left of the year, that anything big's going to arrive. So I'm going to just go through the calendars one more time and make sure that everything is as concrete as it can be, and then try and fill any gaps with any of our internal stuff. We have a good pile of that marketing stuff right now. We have a lot of like passion projects, spec ads, things that have been on the go for a very long time ticking over. And I would love to be able to get those into a position where we could potentially finish them either this side of Christmas or in January. But as you know, on Monday, our new senior videographer joins, and I just want to make sure that his first week is nice and clear, because I'd like to go through that with him on his first day. Just explaining what the first week is, introduce him to those clients, those projects, and I want to make sure that I'm completely cool and clear of what his objectives are for next week, so that I can best to set him up for success. Hope that all makes sense. I am also going to be working from home for half the day. I'm on puppy duty looking after my girls. Tomorrow is the 30th of November and it is the first weekend of December, if you like, which means it's time to get the Christmas decks up in the office. I love this bit, I actually do. I think it's great. We've got a little tree, we've got some lights, and you know, it's just nice. Everyone comes in on that first day of having the Christmas decks up, and it's just cool, man. It just makes you feel like, ooh, we're about to go on holiday, about to get some gifts, ooh, you know, it's nice. I don't know, I get all buzzed about it, but usually I'd want to do it in December, because I am that guy. I think if you're putting your tree up at the end of October, once Halloween's done, you're a psychopath. I'm so sorry if that offends you, but that is mental behavior. To me, it's always been December. But I think we can let the 30th of November pass. My partner Abby wants to do the home decorations on the 1st, which leaves us only with Saturday. And because I'm not waiting until next weekend. Hell no, that's like 1 week, whole week gone with no decks. But the team don't know this yet. I mean, they probably guessed it by now. But every year I buy everybody an advent calendar because I think that's really fun, you know, everyone coming in every day opening their chocolates. Anyway, that's enough waffle from me. I'm in a bloody fantastic mood, nearly swore that. I'll see you at the office. Leaving the office now. Today is going so fast. I can't believe it's midday already and I need to already jet off to go look after the dogs. But yeah, I've just said my final farewells and goodbyes to our boy Jimbo. It's always a weird thing when someone leaves. So we've only had it happen like a few times, and it's just like, it's a bit sad, you know. Like I don't know how to feel. Like you've spent so much time working side by side with these people, especially in a small tight-knit team like ours. Whenever someone goes, it's a big void, you know. I know that we're replacing that person, and our next guy's gonna be fantastic as well. But it's, you're not replacing the person and their personal traits and them as a, you know, them. And yeah, it's always that weird sort of adjustment. I don't know. I never know how to feel, but it's sadness, but it is just part and parcel of working in business, whether you own it or not. You're gonna say hello and goodbye to colleagues throughout your entire career, and I guess just working freelance for my whole career up until this point, I never really had that people leaving thing. So I remember the first time it happened, it was just like, ouch, that actually it sucks. We wish him all the best with his new company he's working for. I'm sure he'll smash it there just as he did with us, and he'll take all of his learnings with him and you know, progress them in the way that they want to be progressed. And yeah, it's all just part of everyone's journey, isn't it? But it just makes you think, it makes you worried, not worry, but makes you think, it'll happen again with someone else at some point. But I guess the main thing, like, you can't stop that. People want to progress in their careers, they want to move for one reason or another. It might just be that they want to relocate geographically to a different place, or their personal circumstances have changed and they need to do this, or you know what, they've had an offer somewhere and they can't refuse it because it's in a space or industry that they're really keen on. You know, you have to just accept those things. But the most important thing, I think, is to make sure that no matter how long an employee is with you, you give them a great experience, a great time with a great team, and you progress them. Everyone wants to progress in one way or another, and whether that's learning a new skill, getting a new certification, or more experience. And as long as you've achieved that as an employer, you've done your bit. You know, you can't expect everybody to work for you forever, even though that would be amazing. But as long as you do your bit, you've done your job, and it's all part and parcel of owning and running a business. But obviously looking positively towards the future. I've already mentioned multiple times our new senior videographer joining the team. I'm incredibly excited for. I think the skill set that this person brings is fantastic and is so fitting within our team. We've made a huge effort in our most recent set of hires to focus a lot on culture and alignment on values, and I think with this one we've done a really good job on that, because if someone's got the right mindset, you can teach them the other things. But if they've got good skills and they don't have the right mindset, there'll always be a roadblock somewhere else down the line. Anyway, I'm gonna cruise home now, feed the pups, and then we crack on with the rest of this afternoon, which is more admin stuff and a marketing meeting to kick off 2025. Can't believe I'm saying that. What the hell? This year's just blinked. I know that everyone says that at the end of every year, but I truly believe this year has been rapid. Can't change that. It's the one thing we can't change. It's Saturday and we are in the office, and it's time to get this place looking a little bit more festive. We've got a tree that's gonna go here, and then I'm gonna put out the advent calendars for each of the desks. But not only that, I'm actually going to clean the whole office. Me and my mum are the cleaners of this place, and as we've got a new starter on Monday, I think it's best that we give it a little spruce up, I think. Hello? Dad, stop following me around. How do you use this bloody thing? No. Go to the front, there we are. All right, Days. Yeah. All right, Lil. Gonna have some water. And of course, got one for me as well. I ain't missing out on no chocolate. And there we have it. Everything's feeling a little bit more festive, and we've got our advent calendars ready to go. Super happy with this. We've got 2 trees in the office now. In previous years, we always had just one, which is the one downstairs. But we've donated this one from home because we're going for a real tree this year, which is pretty cool. Other than that, I'm gonna love you and leave you. And I hope you enjoyed yet again another week of the life of me and Menace Media. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Extremely happy about our new senior videographer. His name is, we have an exciting parcel to open. Arrived on location, time to get set up.